Morning guys, what's up? I hope you're all having a wicked day. Now just before I get stuck into what I'm going to be doing in today's video, which is completely ripping out the entire interior on the FG Falcon to get it ready for the new heater core, dash out, and just hopefully to protect a lot of those interior parts. I want to quickly show you guys a couple of new designs that have come out on the website last night, which I think a lot of you guys are going to be really keen with. I'm going to throw up some photos on the screen right now of the new customizable Barra shirts, or the Barra of the World shirts, which you can pick up on the www.ZacBaldy.com website. Basically, it's got all of the different FG colors printed on the back of a shirt, whether you get the color of your car or the color of your rocket cover or even just your favorite color. Definitely go check them out on the website. They're the exact same price as all the other shirts that are on there, and it's completely customizable, made to order here in Australia. So that is absolutely wicked. There's a few things coming up on the Falcon at the moment that's going to be costing a fair bit of money, as well as the Skyline, getting the last of that sorted and back up on the dyno for the very last time, plus a few other little things that I have in the works at the moment. So definitely go check it out, www.zacbaldy.com, and have a look at those designs right now. I think you guys are really going to like it. Now the Falcon. I've kind of neglected it for the past 3 days. I think I'm in denial. I don't really want it to be like this, but today I'm finally going to get to work just making this thing all nice and pretty. So interior is completely coming out today. I need to do the heater core, and because the car's going to be down for I think around about, at this current point in time, around about 5 weeks or so, I definitely want to try and get to this interior. I'm also going to just clean up just little things like, you know, like the rear diffuser I'm going to take off. I'm going to clean all that up. The whole underside's going to get detailed. Basically, I'm just going to make this car, or just pull apart everything and just try to clean as much as possible during the 5 weeks off. Plus I have to replace that heater core because obviously the car at the moment has no heater, which sucks. So I'm going to attempt to try and get as much of this out today. I'm going to go over the spot vac because I reckon this interior is going to come up so mint after I carpet shampoo it, and carpet shampooing is legit the most satisfying thing in the history of the world. So yeah, today I'm going to quickly go drop it back down on all fours, start ripping this interior.
Anybody told you what?
Rightio, so I've completely disconnected the battery. So what I'm going to do is just rip apart the entire interior on the FG. I'm not quite sure whether there's still going to be coolant down the very bottom where the heater core went, or I'm not quite sure. But it's going to give me a great opportunity to go through the entire interior because I don't want to scratch anything else when ripping this dash out. Apparently it's very heavy, it's very big, and it's a very tedious process. So I'm just going to start pulling stuff apart today. Doesn't really matter if it takes me a week, a month, it doesn't matter. All I need to do is rip apart that thing and get the heater core sorted. So that's going to be my goal for today. Just while the car is down at the moment, just to give it a nice little freshen and tidy up. So I think I'm going to start with all the seats, rip all the seats out. I'm also going to take the steering wheel off because we're going to be replacing the steering wheel with one that we have over here. It's out of a way newer FG. All the leather's really nice and everything, so that'll look a whole lot nicer in my car. Going to rip out the carpets, the extinguisher, and all these black plastics and everything around here. Going to have to take out the ICC at the same time. And yeah, so I've got the battery disconnected at the moment, and by the time I get to the seats and start ripping the seats out, hopefully all the power should be out of it. We can disconnect all the airbags, and hey, I may even be able to fix my airbag fault as well, so that'd be a great thing. So by the way, for those of you who may not know, literally you can get the entire back seat out of an FG, or a BA for example, or an FGX. A flathead screwdriver, I'll show you, it's pretty easy. So first of all, seat belt out the way, and click literally to stick it down there until you feel something, and it should press down until you hear a popping noise, like that. And then basically, it just releases that clip. So what you're doing is pushing down on this clip right here, that's pushing that down, and then that whole thing there can slide straight out of place. So these right here, the actual seats themselves, I originally thought you had to like remove the circlip and everything, but it's, trust me, it's not that. It's so stupid. So literally, this clip right here folds back, and then pretty much you can pull that straight out of there, right? So pretty much, it's kind of like a little tiny clip where when you fold it down, you can take it out, but pretty much when you go back to install it, you literally just pick up the seat, and the clip goes straight back in place. So you can't actually force this clip out here whilst it's like this, because otherwise it'll snap. So literally what you have to do, bring it down, grab this right here, force it back, pick up the whole seat, and that whole entire section comes straight out. Right, so a few hours just taking it really slow. I managed to get pretty much all of the interior out. It's very, very similar, and I guess it was really good that I did it on the BA the other day. Glenn showed me a whole lot as well, like how the entire center console comes out as one piece. You don't actually break it down, and just a whole lot of other things. So another thing I thought I'd do, whilst the car is down at the moment as well, I also thought I would do some sound deadening. I'm going to see if I can reach out to a few companies, see if anyone wants to possibly potentially even sponsor sound deadening, or if you guys potentially even had some brands that you guys like, or some form of sound deadening. That'd be awesome, because I do plan on doing it underneath the entire floor, doing it up the back there, all across the back, the parcel shelf, the whole lot. So that'd be really cool. But now that we have pretty much all the interior out the way, you can kind of see the bit where it went wrong. You can sort of see a few little runs in the carpet there where it's all green. You can also see a little bit of greenery right there, and that right there is coming straight out of my heater core. So yeah. So I think the next thing I have to do now, I always hate doing this, but taking off these quarter panels here. I think the other side has an airbag through it, but these always crack. But I guess because we have an awesome relationship with Glenn, thanks Glenn, he might even send me some out if I break anything. So yeah, and I'm actually really happy. I haven't scratched anything yet, so that's a massive bonus. But things never go back together the way that they should. So yeah, here's to hoping. One thing I just realized I hadn't done for like the last 40,000 kilometers since I've been doing road trips, like through the bushfires down to Victoria, and yeah, is check my cabin filter. I haven't seen it yet, and I hope it isn't bad. Ooh, I'm actually not, that's wicked. I thought it'd be a whole lot dirtier. Better wash that out too. Gross. I'm just currently getting on to the glove box assembly, and if you guys know, me and glove box assemblies just do not like each other. So I'm gonna quickly do this, take the glove box out, and yeah, we'll keep getting the dash out. I'm actually keen to get it out today. Shouldn't be too much more, so we'll see how we go. Oh, also, I'll be able to figure out exactly why my indicators and everything don't work on that cluster there, even though I don't like them, but I'll figure out why they're not working. Alrighty, I am officially in deeper into an FG interior than I have ever been before. So I'm just gonna keep now, I'm pretty much there. Just gotta keep unbolting stuff now. It's only like the actual dash itself now. I've taken out the cluster, taken off the wheel. I'm gonna probably remove all these. Okay, well that wasn't even bolted down. What about the bottom of it? Let's find out. Okay, the bottom's bolted down. By the way guys, a little bit of facts for you as well. A lot of these parts, especially from the earlier 08 and everything else as well, came with a lot of these stamped in them, which is basically, if you can see Orion's shadow there. Now Orion used to be the code name for the prototype of the FG, so to my knowledge, a lot of the times they were supposed to get rid of prototype parts and stuff like that. However, Ford being Ford ended up just using a few of them on their cars. I'm fairly sure that's how it went, but it's pretty cool to see a lot of their sort of prototype parts and stuff like that on their cars. It's pretty cool. Right, so I was pretty much, I have a whole lot of screws removed and everything else as well. It's pretty crazy. I didn't actually realize, but the whole dash, I started removing the plastic on the dash, and that right there I think is the incorrect way, because you should actually be taking out the whole thing with the steel behind it as well. So but what's crazy is all of this, like the whole lot, all of this is so brittle and already cracked, which is crazy. It must have just been from the sun. But yeah, I've been trying to remove this whole section here, and it looks as though I may even be able to see if I can just get to it through there. It'll involve moving a little bit of wires and stuff like that, but I should be able to get to it. However, one thing that I did realize was the fact that all of the heads on the heater core itself looks to be stripped, which means it looks like someone has done this before and sent it all back in with a drill or something and just stripped the heads of most of the bolts. So I'm gonna see if I can even just get down there and get to it, and we'll see how we go from there. But I may even be able to fix it from here. So a lot of people have told me it's a dash out job, but if I can keep the dash in, that'd be amazing. So I'm gonna give it like 5 minutes, see if I can get in there, see if I can remove it, and then we can go from there. Rightio. Oh God, I really need a haircut. One thing I actually did just find was the fact that I can actually just remove that side panel there and get to the heater core pretty much from there. There's one thing I will have to do though, and that is cut the lines. That also means cutting the lines on the brand new one. However, it's going to be a whole lot easier than taking out the whole dash and reinstalling the heater core. One thing I did find, if you guys can kind of see, is I was able to remove the side of the heater core, which is those two lines that go up there, but the only reason you can't get it out is this big bracket here, which is welded onto the whole dash. So what I thought I might be able to do is if you actually cut the lines here, what you should be able to do is remove this section of the heater core and slide it straight out, and then you should also be able to remove the two lines up here. This heater core is completely done for, so I'm actually going to try that. But it also might mean that installation of this thing would be pretty easy, because what I'll be able to do is get the new one, cut it in the same place, and put some rubber hoses there, and that'll make it a whole lot easier to install. So I'm going to try and cut these two lines right here and see if I can pull this original heater core out. As you can see, it was the culprit. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of coolant there. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to try and cut that out. So we'll see how we go. Rightio, so I've just grinded away those two little bits there. Look at that. Dash in heater core. That's wicked. I'm interested to see where this failed. Stop leaking on me. Thanks. That's it right there, boys. Already know how to get these hoses out. There we go, entire heater core out. I wasn't expecting to have that out quite so quickly, but I found out, well, yeah, there might be a really easy way to put this back together, and that is literally just by utilizing, well, I could probably even just utilize these, the bits that I cut off from last time, because they'll probably be the right size. But literally what would be so easy to put it back in is to, instead of taking the whole dash out, is to just cut it sort of, because where I cut it was kind of a bit odd. There's something like that anyway. What I could do is I could cut them straight in between these two flat pieces here, and so that way I install these as one piece, this is another piece, and then it's just a rubber joiner that sits there. I think that would make this sort of thing a whole lot easier. I'm going to do a little bit of research about it, see if that's even a possibility for me, and yeah, that'd be sweet. So even though I could have probably removed the heater core with the whole interior back in there, I'm still pretty keen to get the rest of the interior out, or well, just leave it where it is at the moment, because I still want to rip up the carpet, simply because when the heater core went, obviously it drips coolant all the way down into your footwell, and it was sitting there for a few days where it probably sunk back in down into the, if you guys know, there's like a foam pad that sort of sits underneath your driver's footwell. So that's still going to be all full of coolant, and that's going to end up rusting and then just end up smelling bad. But not only that, I'm going to rip up the rest of the carpet, and I'm also going to see if I can get some sound deadening so that way I can do all that. So because I do have the car now just sitting in my garage for a couple of weeks at least, I'm pretty keen to just leave it the way it is, and then we'll come back and we'll completely finish the whole car. Yeah, at the moment I'm just going to quickly move all of this stuff here into my spare bedroom, and that way hopefully Max can still get in the driveway. But as for this little thing right here, yeah, I'm still going to start pulling some stuff apart, clean up all my tools and make sure everything's all good. I'm also going to bolt back in the dash. I cannot believe how fragile and crazy this whole entire dash piece is. Like, it's like these side bits here aren't even holding the dash in. So yeah, oh well, what can you do? Yeah, alrighty, let's get to cleaning. The joy. Alright guys, so good progress on the first day of not the retirement but the resurrection of the Falcon. I'm just going to call it, well, when I go back I'm going to have hopefully oil pump gears and probably even a Gilroy's built ZF. So I'm leaning towards going with the $5,000 option, which is basically the built ZF with the Kyra input shaft. It's going to be about $5,000, but I'm thinking that's probably the better way to go at the moment. Simply because just looking at it in terms of like, the Falcon might be down for a little bit longer. Might be like might be like a month and a half to 2 months. But hey, if it's what needs to happen to make this thing reliable and let me take it out on track and not worry about it, then yeah, let's do that. But anyway, we've got a few other things we want to do. At the moment, I have taken the full interior out, so I think tomorrow I'm going to get rid of the rest of the interior, going to get rid of all the carpet and stuff like that, rid of all these surround trims, because I'm going to see if I can go over them with hot soapy water and stuff like that, and take out, because all these interior trims have like a shine to it, and I really don't like the shine. I really like the matte look of interior trims. So I'm going to go through, take off all the door cards, all through the carpet. I'm going to take all that away, and then basically start fresh on the interior. Hopefully get some sound deadening for the doors, the parcel shelf, the floor and everything, so that's going to be all nice and solid. And then from there we'll get a built box. I'm also trying to find a place where we can do an engine, or take the engine out of the FG. I really want to take it out and try do the oil pump gears and the timing kit myself. It seems like a fairly simple process. It's just the getting it in and taking it out part that I can't do just yet. But I definitely want to do that eventually. Plus, we also have the Brembo kit that we can install as well. I think originally I was going to get it done by Gene, but then because we're down at the moment, I think I will try and get Gene over here so that way we can do them here. I think I got the calipers and braided lines heading off to someone else at the moment. But as for the front pads, rotors, and rear pads and rotors, however, if you guys are interested, I am currently selling a PBR rear kit for the Falcon, the cherry tree rear. So if you are keen, message me on Instagram. I'll quickly show you what they are right now. So the PBR rears are basically a set of territory rears. So that the PBR upgrade, they're a lot bigger. They go to a 328mm disc, which are these two back here, but these discs aren't great. It also comes with pads as well. I think they're Bendix pads. I'm pretty sure they came off an ex-cop car, FGX. So if you guys did want that, $300, calipers, pads, and also those rotors there, but I don't know whether those rotors are good. So yeah, that's all there. Plus, I'm also going to be selling some J-hook front rotors and pads as well. So if you guys did want the front rotors and pads, let me know. Be more than happy to sell them too, because I'm not going to need them anymore. And I've literally had them for, I think, around about... I probably had them for around about 6-7 months, so they're fairly new. They've only seen like 2 track days, so it's all there, ready to go. The B series, not quite sure exactly what I want to do with that just yet, but at this current point in time, either me and Tom go down there and we go pick it up, or my friend Jacob is actually kindly thinking about driving up with the car because I really want to show him Dougie. So yeah, we've also got a pickup day for Doug, but I won't show you guys just yet. I'm very, very keen. This next month is going to be pretty hectic with yeah, just me trying to get the engine out of this thing and quickly doing the oil pump gears and just a whole big bunch of stuff. So yeah, but this car coming back, I really wanted to have a built driveline. I do know that going back on track with this car, I'm going to be a little bit worried about it braking, and so going back with a stock trans and stock oil pump gears and everything isn't really an option for me. I don't really want to do that. So yeah, I do think I'm going to go with a built trans, but hey, we'll get around to it eventually. Yeah, I'm very keen. I'm keen to just be able to send this car and have a built driveline ready for the power that it's making, and then to never touch this car again, because I just want it to be nice and reliable, and I just want to go down to a track and not brake. So yeah, oh well, we'll sort that out. Sorry Sarah, I've taken over your spare room. Much love.